everybody. Welcome back to Success with Jess. And actually, as I was getting ready for this podcast today, I was thinking, what if it was like Successy with Jessie? I was like, wouldn't that be so bad? Like, no, it's Success with Jess. I love it. I love this podcast so much. And I just thank all of you for being a part of it and for listening to what I have to say. I feel like I have a lot to say. And I feel like you guys are doing a really good job of supporting it. And I love you for that. So today, Miranda, what are we doing today? We got anything exciting planned today? Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing about Tom.
Oh, you're laughing about Tom. Okay.
Tom and his t-shirts.
My husband, Tom, is jealous of my kids that have merch. And so he decided that he was going to make himself his own merch. So ever since Tom and I have been married, I have called him Tommy Tuna. Okay. I don't know why. Like, it's just Tommy Tuna. Hey, Tommy Tuna. So we call him Tommy Tuna. And so now he's taking it to a whole nother level and he's making Tommy Tuna merch. Okay. Which is fine, you know, but except for he's making new designs for every day. So every morning he's like, what do you think of this one? What do you think of this one? And I'll be like, hey, Tom, do you want to go to Target? And he'll be like, yeah, then I can get some like blank t-shirts.
Because he's literally making them himself.
Oh, yes. There's this like thing on the internet called like Fiverr. And he's like, yeah, I got a guy in Pakistan and he'll make me any design. So I have this like tuna design. And now when we go on tour, I can have like a design made for each location. And so he has like a Tommy Tuna right now for like the dream tour, a Tommy Tuna for Success with Jess. And for Jaden, we were like trying to make new t-shirt designs for Jaden, and we did like this whole Andy Warhol look, and Tom's like, yeah, I'm making a Tommy Tuna shirt of that tomorrow. We're like, you can't do that, we just made that for Jaden. And so he does that, and he like ordered the special ink and the special printer, and then in the meantime I had this like industrial heat press and he broke it. And he was like beside himself that this thing was broke. And so I was like, hey, you know, it was around Father's Day, so I'll get him that little like Cricut like easy heat press for Father's Day. And I got it for him and he didn't like it.
Not cutting it.
That was not the one for him. He's like, yeah, that thing's a joke. He's like, I need the one that's like pushes it down and holds it on. I'm like, dude, you're making shirts for yourself, but okay, right. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just like so into the designs. And every morning he puts it on. And all he wants is he wants to get a good laugh from all of us. Yeah. If we give him a good laugh, he's perfect. If we don't notice, which a lot of times like in the morning I'll be like getting my first calls and replying to my first emails and I don't really notice what everyone's wearing all the time. But if I don't notice his shirt, I'll be like, did you like it? Did you like this one? How'd you like this one today? Did you notice my shirt? And I was like, okay. And he's made them. He made me one. I don't know where I put it, but I know he made Jaden one. He made JoJo a lot of them. JoJo loves them. He made Beth Ann one. Miranda, he made you one.
I have a couple.
You have a couple. See?
I wore one. I made the mistake of wearing one.
So then he made you another one. Yes. Okay. That's like how it is. I think he made me like a pink one. I got to go find it. He's probably like so sad that I haven't worn it.
Right.
He's probably crushed right now. Could you imagine? Like, oh my God. Yeah.
I think it's thing for real.
I think mine's downstairs. I got to find it and I got to wear it. But he made me like a pink short sleeve t-shirt. And I don't really wear pink short sleeve t-shirts.
It's okay. Last I checked, he was getting online to order some new shirts.
All day long. I went downtown LA to buy some rhinestones and he was like, yeah, take your time. And I was like, what are you going to do? Normally it's like, hurry up, I'm waiting in the car. And he's like, I'm going to go buy some t-shirts. And I'm like, okay. So we meet back up and he's got this like light olive green one.
Oh, no.
I'm like, Tom, that's all you could find? Like downtown LA there's everything there, right? He's like, they're not for me. I'm like, oh, well, who are they for? And he's like, they're for JoJo and Beth Ann. And this was my first experience with him making shirts for other people. And so I'm like, let's get you pink ones. It's like, no, these are good. These are good. And of course, like JoJo, she's so sweet. She just like was like, it's fine. Like she wore it. She loved it. It was like green, like olive green. And she was just living her best life in it. And so, yeah, it was incredible. And then, okay, we were going to go to Mastro's in Beverly Hills for Father's Day to celebrate. And he's like, what's everyone wearing? Hinting that people should wear their Tommy Tuna shirts, right? And JoJo, of course, is like, I'll wear my Tommy Tuna shirt, Dad. And he's just like living his best life. And Jaden's like, Mom, I don't want to wear it. And I'm like, don't worry, honey, we're not wearing Tommy Tuna shirts. I'm like, maybe like under jackets or under hoodies, but we're not gonna show up all just like in these Tommy Tuna shirts. I mean, I guess we could. I mean, and just not really worry about it, but yeah.
I mean, he has a birthday coming up. That might be the best gift.
He's gonna be 50.
Wow.
Like, I wanted to have like this amazing party or something, and I'm so like confused right now because it's still quarantine here. They just closed all the restaurants down, and I don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do right now. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
We might be flying back to Nebraska having some cheese dip and whatever. Go bowling. Oh my God. He still thinks the PBA is calling him to go bowling. And yeah, there was a time where I didn't live with them, but him and Jaden lived together and I lived out here, and they would like go to Colorado to go skiing for the weekend or something. And I'd be like, where'd you stay? And he's like, Motel 6. And I'm like, why did you stay at Motel 6? Like, why are you so quick to answer that? And why did you choose that? Like, we had never stayed there. I Super 8, or like Holiday Inn or Marriott, and it was never Motel 6. He goes, they sponsor the PBA.
Stop it.
That's why he chose to stay there. Not for any other reason. It might have been cheaper, might have been more expensive than anything he was looking at, but the PBA sponsors Motel 6, so he is their guy. Yes.
Aw, yes,
the tuna. Oh my goodness. God. Yeah. He's easy to please. It doesn't take much. No, he's really easy to please. I love him. Love him so much. Today is number 2. You asked, I answered. And I am so excited. I do not know these questions beforehand. We just commit to doing this episode. Miranda finds the questions and she finds them on Facebook. So go follow me on Facebook so you can be a part of this next episode. And let's do it. Let's just get right in.
All right. Diving into a question from Carrie. She wants to know, what would you tell moms who are listening who think that they can't follow their dream?
I would say that you can follow your dream. You definitely should always follow your dreams. And if you think you can't, maybe slightly modify your dream. Okay? Maybe just tweak it a little bit, because no, it's not realistic for everyone to be able to move to Paris, France and live in Paris. Okay. But you know what? Maybe you make a big jar and you save your money and you take your kids there for a vacation. And there's ways to modify your dream, I would say. And I would say find something in life that can make you happy and give you something to work for. And I always tell my kids to find a long-term thing and a short-term thing, because everyone needs to feel that success and to feel like they've accomplished something and they're living out their best moment. So find that and then find something that you can work towards. Because when Jaden started his YouTube channel, he's like, yeah, I can't wait to get to like 1 million subscribers. And I'm like, let's try to get to 100,000. Let's dream about 1 million, but let's try to get to 100,000 and then just keep changing your dream. So that's what I would say. If you feel like you can't follow your dream, you can, but just baby steps.
Nice. Thank you. Caitlin wants to know, for your teen followers, what would be the number 1 piece of advice you'd give them as they go through high school and into young adulthood?
I thought you were going to say middle school. You got me with high school there. Okay.
Yeah.
I would say know who you are and stick with who you are. Don't let people change you. Don't let people make you feel like something you believe isn't right. Don't let people make you think you're any less of a human than you are. Don't let people make you feel dumb. Don't let people make you feel like you don't fit in. You matter. You matter in your life. And I always feel like I can't change the world. I don't want to change the world, but I want to change the world for the people that I live with and the people that are in my world, and I want to make it as great as they can. So take your 17-year-old self, and look at the world around you and think, how can you make it better? How can you make it better for other people? And commit to just being yourself. Commit to going to college and being yourself, and don't let people change you. Please don't let people change you.
Dee and Jessica saw your request for questions on Facebook.
Okay, that's cool.
And
okay.
they want to know, are you really reading the responses? Is it actually happening?
It's actually happening. We are doing these questions right off Facebook. I promise you. And I don't know what they are beforehand because it's more fun. And then my answer is just more honest, and it's not like thought up and made up. It's just exactly how I feel. And we're also going to be doing some Instagram lives where people can genuinely interact with me, but we'll be kicking that off in a little bit.
Ooh, can't wait.
Thank you.
Kim wants to know, as moms, why do you think we have such a hard time making time for ourselves?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
It's a big question.
Moms are always last. I feel like moms get the last of the food for dinner. Like whatever's left over, the moms get. Moms take care of themselves last. And I found like with me, some nights I wasn't, this sounds so gross. Some nights I wasn't even showering because I was like, I was just tired, you know? And so finally I was like, every night I'm showering. I'm shutting the bathroom door. I'm turning the music on. I'm washing my hair. I'm drying it. Like I'm making time to do that because I just felt like with being in quarantine, there was no alone time. And so I was like, that's it, you know? And then it was like, some nights it was late and I was so tired. So then I was like, I'm going to move it forward. I'm going to take a shower at 11 o'clock and I'm going to just make sure I have that time because it is really hard because as a mom, you just want to make your family your first priority. And they definitely are, but you definitely have to make time for yourself. Even, honestly, sounds so terrible. And I'm going to say it. Sometimes I just go in the bathroom and shut the door and play on my phone because I just want to be left alone and there's no shame. Like I can take 5 minutes and check my Facebook and stand by the counter in the bathroom and nobody will interrupt me and they don't even know. And then I just wash my hands and come out. And you know what? It's just alone time. Sometimes you just need that as a mom. And I don't need to go to the mall and I don't need to do things with my friends. I just need 5 minutes by myself to just check my email without one of my kids going, hey mom, did you see this? Or, hey mom, I got to ask you a question. You know, you just need that.
Jamie Lynn wants to know, what is your morning routine with JoJo?
Okay, first of all, Jamie Lynn, is your last name Spears?
Right.
Because if it is, that's really cool. But if it's not, I still love you. Okay, so my morning routine with JoJo, it varies. So we'll start with normal day. So normal day, we order breakfast. So we have this thing where I'll text and I'll say, I'm ordering acai bowls. Does anybody want one? And nobody will text back because they're still sleeping. Or she'll text and she'll say, I'm ordering Starbucks. Does anyone want one? That's kind of how we know in my house that everyone's starting to move around. So people are afraid to order food and not ask everyone. And I've told people in my house, it's okay to order food and not ask because sometimes it's just annoying. You just want to order your own food. Okay. Yeah. But now we have the puppy. So the puppy gets up really early and Jaden takes the puppy out every morning. I don't know like how we got so lucky and Jaden volunteered to do that, but that's Jaden's deal. So Jaden takes the puppy out, comes in and brings us the puppy, and then he goes to the gym and works out. And then I kind of make my way into JoJo's room and I'll be like, is the light on? Is she watching YouTube videos or is she asleep? So I kind of feel out. I never wake JoJo up. That is one rule I have. If JoJo is sleeping, you let her sleep because she doesn't get to sleep a lot. She doesn't get to sleep in a lot. And so I'm like, if she's sleeping, we just let her sleep. She's like a baby. No. Yeah. And then she'll come in by me and she'll say, what's the plan? My kids always say, so what's the plan? What's the plan for today? I'm like, I don't know. What's your plan for the day? And then they'll be like, well, I have to shoot and I have to edit. And JoJo will be like, I want to go here. And, you know, so they just kind of tell me their plan and we decide what we're going to do. And yeah, that's what we just do. I don't really like JoJo to be home by herself. And so if Jaden wants to go to the gym, we stay home and wait. Like if we want to go to lunch or something, JoJo doesn't like to go out a lot. So yeah, someone always has to be home with her. Right. Yeah, or security. We leave her with security sometimes too. Yes.
Kelly wants to know, who would you say has had the most significant impact on you?
Oh, that's a good
It's
question.
a deep one.
Yeah. There's a lot of people. I would say my mom. My mom has taught me a lot about how to treat people. And I didn't really realize it at the time what she was teaching me, but she would say things to me like, I was in like first grade when she said this to me. If you go to school and everyone is in a circle spitting on someone, would you spit on that person too? And I was like, well, no, I would help them. And she was like, good. And I was like, okay.
That was it.
Whatever. Okay. And I didn't realize it, but she was telling me like, and I still visualize people like spitting on people because that's so gross. Like, stop it. You know, like if there's a situation, stop it, help somebody. And she was just used if everyone was sitting in a circle. And then she would say to me, would you ever kick a dog if it was down? And I would say, no, I would never kick an animal. And she would say, what would you do if a person was down? And I would say, well, I would try to help them, you know? And so she taught me, like, if someone is down, like, try to help them. Like, don't kick them and don't make it worse. And I honestly, those are like two things that I remember from like being so young. And I think that I've carried that with me, like never kick a dog when it's down. Well, she didn't mean a dog.
Right.
She meant a person, like never kick a person when they're already down, like help them. And it's so symbolic of my whole life. And that's what I try to teach my kids. And I've learned a lot from other parents too, along the way, about how they treated their kids and what they would do for their kids and what they wouldn't do for their kids. And I always put my kids first, you know, and some people don't, and that's their own choice, you know, but I would see like parents that maybe wouldn't put their kids first. And I thought, I don't want to be like that. You know, I want my kids to be first. I want my family to be first. So I would just say like other people around me, probably, I would say. Yeah.
Lydiana wants to know, do you ever get overwhelmed? You always seem so happy and not overwhelmed.
Well, to be honest with you, I try not to get overwhelmed, but I do have some days, and Miranda, since you've joined me as being my assistant, you've seen some of these days where my phone goes through about 3 batteries
Right.
and the emails and the texts and everything comes in, and there's a lot of big decisions to make, and it's fun, but it's very overwhelming. And if I just like stay in the moment and I stay focused, like I'm really good. But then if I'm like, what am I doing? Am I doing the right thing? You know, and if I start to like second guess myself, then it's not good. But I always have been taught to like, your first decision is probably your right one. Your first instinct is probably your right one. And JoJo has really good instincts. And so I always like lean on her if I need help with what her instincts would be, or I'd be like, what do you think? And I try not to ask her about little questions or little problems because it can be super overwhelming. Like if you look at my phone right now, this is what people laugh at when they see my phone. I have 160 texts. I have 66,438 emails.
Okay.
Yes, that's my situation right now. And I have 231 calls. Okay. And so my friend Patrice, she always says, hey, you text me back. And she's like, you don't text a lot of people back. And I'm like, yeah, if you get a text back from me, you're lucky. So, you know, but yeah, I try not to be overwhelmed, but just like anyone else, I'm human.
Yeah.
I get overwhelmed. I get frustrated. And my favorite is when Tom will be like, yeah, you have a lot on your plate. I can tell you're stressed. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm like, no. You don't get to say that. No. I never want someone to think that I'm like pushing that out. You know, I don't want people to think that I'm stressed.
So Jaden is known as the food dude.
Yes,
and you're
ma'am.
his mom. So Lisa wants to know, what is your favorite thing to cook for family functions?
Ooh, family functions.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I make this fabulous dip. Okay, it is cream cheese. What?
On my notes, I have something written down underneath that if you don't mention this, I'm going to bring it up. I think you're mentioning it.
Okay, so this fabulous dip. It's cream cheese, sour cream, cut pickles, and cut chipped beef, and you eat it with a wheat thin. You guys, it's the best thing ever. Okay, it's so good. I can't even tell you. People just can't get enough of it when I bring it. So there's also this other thing where you take this like Cheetos puff corn and you melt a cup of brown sugar and a stick of butter and you boil it, and then you pour it over the puff corn, and it's magical. It's So good. But the favorite thing that I make for my kids is like if we're having like a home night and everyone's kind of hungry, they'll be like, Mom, will you make chicken and broccoli? Like that's their like thing. And so of course I'll make it for them, but it's so easy. It's like chicken breast, like it's cut up with like broccoli. So you take the pan, you put like the frozen broccoli, and then you put Velveeta cheese on top of it. I mean, the magical. Nobody in California probably eats Velveeta cheese. Everyone's like, what is that, right? So you have to put Velveeta cheese on it. Then you put mushrooms on that. Canned mushrooms, mind you. Okay, and then you put the chicken, and you mix noodles and like penne noodles with cream of mushroom soup and a little milk, and that's like the noodles. And then you bake it, and it kind of all like gushes together. It's phenomenal. And then you put like French fried onions on top with more Velveeta cheese. It's so Midwest. Oh my God. Yeah, it's so Midwest. It's incredible though. And Jaden is just always like, Mom, you got to teach me how to make that chicken and broccoli. Someday something's going to happen to you and I'm not going to know how to make that chicken and broccoli. I'm like, okay, it's not that hard, but that's my kids' favorite thing. Chicken and broccoli.
And your food instincts, recommendations, they're never wrong. You've never led us astray. So.
I never steer you wrong. No, I'm going to make chicken and broccoli one day for you, Miranda. It's good.
But that pickle dip is magic.
Right? It's so good. It's like it's a Midwest thing too because it's really hard to find the beef out here to make it. There's only Walmart carries it, thank goodness. And then there's like one other store that carries it. It's so hard to find here. But yeah.
Emily wants to know what your favorite memory from Dance Moms is.
I'm going to tell you a good memory. And you may not have seen this one on the TV show, but you can find it on YouTube if you look for it. So we were filming that commercial that Todrick did. And it was like ALDCLA, like that one. It was like the Over the Rainbow or Wizard of Oz themed commercial. And Abby was a mess that day. Like she was being so mean. And it was supposed to be a fun day. Like we were filming a commercial and the kids were all excited. And she was extra crabby. And so I was like to the producers, I was like, let's order some Pink's hot dogs. Let's give Abby some hot dogs. And so they brought, so of course the producers are like all about it. So they ordered them and they put them on this like silver platter. And I was like, Abby, we got some pink hot dogs. And she was like, I was like, well, and she's like, oh, you do? Okay. And I was like, yeah, but you can't have any because you're being such a bad mood. And she's like, I'm not in a bad mood. Why are you saying that? She's like, want a hot dog so bad. I'm like, you have been crabby all day, but if you be a good girl, I'll give you a hot dog, Abby. And she just was like, flip the switch. She was so happy. We had Pink's hot dogs. And if you haven't watched it, just search it on YouTube. It's incredible. Like she was so mad at Kalani because Kalani didn't have her wand and the moms didn't have the right shirts on. I didn't even want to be in the commercial. Cut me, okay? And she was trying to like film everybody on Santa Monica Boulevard. And I'm like, JoJo is not dancing in the street. Like the whole day was like tragic. And then I had these hot dogs delivered and it was like the best day ever. It was magical.
Love that.
Yes.
All right, Kelsey wants to go back a little more.
Okay, Kelsey.
And know your favorite memory from Abby's Ultimate Dance competition.
Oh, Kelsey. Okay. I think as much as it's like, it'd be bragging, but I guess I'm just going to say it. It was the week that JoJo did Rapunzel. I'm going to go with that one because that was a good dance. And like JoJo did it good. And I finally felt like JoJo arrived, you know, and it was a really good week. And JoJo was like the first one, like the overall best person. And that's like huge. That was just like a really, really good week. And she danced in the wig and she nailed it. Like there was just so much good about that week. And it was always like after like the elimination on that show took probably at least an hour, I would say, if not 2 hours to like stand there and get all the camera angles. So just to know for that rest of that elimination time that you were safe because you didn't know who was going home until like the very end of those 2 hours. So just to know that you were safe and everyone else had to deal with all the craziness that week was so good. So that was good. That was the best week. The sad week was when JoJo was like in the bottom. Do you remember that? And she was like, had the little hat on and her hair was like scrawny. And she's like, you know, and
I'm not used to seeing her sad. It was strange.
Yeah. She was like emotional on that show. She really, I found with JoJo when she understands things, like she has a lot of emotion about it. When she was like 5, I took her to see Wicked. And in between the 2 acts is when the Glinda and Elphaba aren't together. And I look over and she's crying. And I'm like, honey, what's wrong? And she's like, just tell me they get back together. I was like, they do. Let's go get some popcorn and take a bathroom break. You know, like she really understands and feels. Yeah.
Okay, Teresa says, I've been watching you and JoJo on Celebrity Watch Party.
Thank you.
When's it on?
Thursdays on Fox. Yeah.
Plug.
And you can watch it on the Fox app.
Ooh.
Anytime you want to. That's how I have to watch it. Yeah. Because we're usually filming when it's on. So yeah, thank you for watching Celebrity Watch Party.
So Teresa thinks that you and JoJo seem like such good friends.
Yeah.
Like as she's watching it. And she wants to know, how do you keep that kind of relationship with a teenage daughter?
Yeah. You know what's really funny is JoJo's friend Beth Ann has been here for a very long time. I think we're going on week 3 right now. And Tom said to me a couple days ago, and he goes, you're jealous of Beth Ann, aren't you? I was like, no, I'm not jealous of Beth Ann. It's so funny. So random. He's like, yeah, but JoJo's like really good friends with her. I'm like, Tom, we're fine. So funny. But JoJo and I are just friends. I think it's because it was just us two out here trying to make a go of things. Like all we had was each other. And rather than like fighting, I think both of us committed to getting along, you know, and we wanted to get along. We wanted to be happy. And oh my gosh, we have so much fun. It just, the best times are the times I spend with her just doing crazy things. And I don't want people to think that JoJo's spoiled, but like, if we go to New York and JoJo wants to ride in a rickshaw, I'm going to take her to ride in a rickshaw. You know, like that's all the kid wants to do is ride in a rickshaw. Here's $50. Let's go ride in a rickshaw we probably get like 5 minutes for $50. Right. You know, she doesn't want to go to dinner. She just wants to ride in a rickshaw. But then like the next time, maybe she wants to ride in the double-decker bus. So I always just try to make it fun. And I try not to be difficult. And I think she kind of reciprocated that.
Yeah.
You know, she just kind of always wanted to do what I wanted her to do and do her things and not be difficult. And it just works. It just worked so good. And for parents that have a teenager, I will tell you, one of the moms on AUDC, she was having a big fight backstage with her daughter, and her daughter was yelling at her, and her daughter was telling her she was stupid, and the mom was telling the kid she didn't practice enough, and it was loud. It was a mess. And I was just like embarrassed for them. And the mom looked at me and she said, wait till you have a teenager. And I was like, I do have a teenager, and he doesn't treat me like that, and he doesn't talk to me like that, and I wouldn't let him talk to me like that, nor would he want to talk to me like that. Never. So I just think, you know, your kids need to know. They need to know that you want to be their friend, but you're still their parent. But you want to be their friend. You want to, like, my mom was my maid of honor in my wedding.
Yeah.
And that was the coolest thing for me, to just have my mom be right there. And I love my sister, and I'm close to my sister, and she was kind of like my maid of honor too. And my friends were in my wedding, but like, I wanted my mom. My mom was my best friend. And I always joke with JoJo, like, we should go on that show Smothered. And she's like, yes, we're not like that. We're very much not like that. Yeah, we could go on that show, but we're not like that. It's cool. Like, she can tell me to back. When she was little, I taught her to say, back off, Jack. Okay. I don't know why the Jack, like, came like to play. And like when my kids, like, we had like a Yukon that had 3 rows, and they would say, where should we put the groceries, Mom? And I would say, put them in the backpack, Jack. You know, everything had the Jack on it for some reason. So when she was little, I would teach her to say, back off, Jack. And so, you know, she'd just say back off if it's too much and she needs some alone time. But when she was homeschooling and she was little, and if I would walk away for a second, she would say, can you be a hovercraft today? She just kind of wanted me to hover, like, right over her, not say anything, but just kind of be there. And so I was just kind of went by her cue to see. Yeah.
So you have some goodies on your desk today.
I got lots of goodies.
Because lots of people have been wanting to know all about your beauty routine.
Okay. It's so crazy. Like, it's funny because I've tried a lot of products. And I'm a kind of a bouncer. You know, if I go get a facial and they give me some new like face wash, I'll try it. You know, I'm not afraid to try things. I'm pretty lucky. I have pretty good skin that's easy to try stuff with. But I brought my faves. I brought my faves that are like I have all the time with me. So should we just start?
Should we dive in? Let's do some skincare first.
Okay.
What do you recommend?
Okay.
Or what do you use?
What do I use? I use readers. I cannot see this stuff. Okay, so I'm going to use my readers today. I have these in every color in every room of my house. All right, so the stuff is incredible. It is called Bye Bye Makeup. And if you open this stuff, it looks like chapstick.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like thick and like, I don't really want to touch it. But yeah, it looks like white chapstick. And it's magical, okay? Because, like, I wear, like, a lot of makeup every day. I don't have days where I don't wear makeup. I wear the same makeup every day. And so you just put it on your face, and you get in the shower, and you put your face in the shower, and it takes every single piece of makeup off of your face. And somehow when you're putting it on, it cleans out your pores, too. So even though it's, like, chapsticky weird, it does not clog your pores. It gets all your makeup off, even your eye makeup, like, everything. And it takes a second. Because sometimes, you know, I would do like the whole like whatever. No. This is the best thing ever. I can't even tell you.
Love that.
So, and like you can get it at Sephora. You don't have to like get it at a place. Okay, so this stuff, this is the best. All right. I just tried this because I was trying like a whole bunch of foundations. And I was like, oh, CC cream. Full coverage. That's my jam, right? Okay, this stuff, you literally, it's like a pump. You put like a dot on and it goes forever. Like I can do my whole face with this much makeup. Wow. And you just like brush it with the little brush and then it covers and it's incredible. Absolutely incredible. The best thing I ever found, but you have to put a setting powder on it.
Oh.
Because if you don't put a setting powder on it, you can literally like scratch it off. Yeah. So if you're gonna try this, which I would bet my life that you would love it, you have to get setting powder. Like don't try just the makeup. It just doesn't work.
What's it called?
It is called CC Color Correcting Full Coverage Cream. It's the best thing ever. I promise you. And they have it in matte too, but I don't like the matte as much. I like this, just the normal one. And they have like 12,000 colors. You can just, tons of colors. Yes.
Love that.
So after I wash my face with this chapstick stuff, I have this incredible moisturizer that no one can believe I use.
On your face.
On my face every day for the last 46 years of my life. I have used this lotion. My daughter uses it. Everyone uses it. Yes. Promise. I would never steer you wrong. It's the best thing ever. And it smells so good.
Baby.
So just like a baby. Yeah. So we have to have baby lotion. Like it's just, all my kids use it. My husband uses it. I got everyone hooked on it. And this palette is my favorite. It's called Just Peachy, and it's by Too Faced, and I love it. It's just like all these beautiful peach colors. This palette I use every single day. And ironically, I actually got inspired by this from JoJo.
Really?
Because JoJo wears like peachy makeup, and I couldn't be like, hey, JoJo, what makeup do you wear?
I mean, you could.
I know, but that's like weird. That's like smothered, and we're not smothered,
Right.
okay? So I bought this palette because it was like all these shades. It was like all these shades of peach, and I was like, I bet I can figure out how JoJo does it. And I kind of think I'm nailing it right now. Okay.
That's good.
So yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. This stuff is the most incredible thing ever. And if you have never been to a dry bar, this is a huge mom treat. I promise you, moms, just go one time. It will change your life. It's like that 1 hour you didn't know that you needed. They wash your hair and they dry it and they curl it, and all their products smell incredible. Okay, so this, I don't really like to use like a lot of hairspray. So this is called like Triple Sec. And what it does is it just kind of like boosts your hair volume, and it kind of like holds it, but it smells so good. I just leave it on my counter, and every time I like go in the bathroom, I just add like a little bit of triple sec to my hair. But then I was at the salon, and I was walking by this other lady that was getting her hair done, and this lady was spraying this. And I was like, what is that? Okay, this stuff smells so good. I can't even tell you. So I don't use this as a hair product. I just like put it on the ends to make my hair smell good. As lame as that sounds,
Okay.
Can you smell it?
Wafting. Oh,
Right?
stop.
Stop. It's like so good. Yes. It's
Okay.
incredible. Okay. So if you just really are like, how do people's hair smell good? Right here. This is the thing. And I have to put my glasses on to read like how to say it. It's like Orby. Okay. Orbe. Dude, I got it on Amazon. Okay. I bought one at the salon and it was like so expensive because, you know, like we're in LA and that's like how they do it here. But then I was like, okay, now I got the bottle. I can get it on Amazon for like a fourth of the price. Yeah, totally. Same thing with this stuff. Okay. This is new. All right. The girl that did my hair last week brought me this stuff. And she's like, oh, this stuff is amazing. It smells so good. And I was like, whatever, I'll buy it. You know, you don't have to sell me. So I bought it. I don't even know what it's called. It's called Infinum Superior Treatment Shampoo. Apparently it's from Japan. And apparently it's like a big thing over there. $150 a bottle. Stop it. Okay. So I bought it because she's like, it's good. It's good for your hair. It's going to make your hair shiny. It smells incredible. Okay. So I was like, I'm going to not be able to put this in my shower because I'm not letting my husband use this for what I paid for it. But I feel like I'm going to become addicted to it. All right. So I'm like, I'm going to go on Amazon and see if it's on there. You guys, it's on there for $12. Stop it. Yes. Use away. Anyone can use this. It's $12 on Amazon. Okay. It smells incredible. I only used it one time. Today was my first day using it because I was like, I better be careful and just use a little bit. And no, just get it. Like, it's incredible. Treat yourself. Just get it. I can't even. It's so good. And the thing on Amazon they were selling was the refills. So you don't even have to rebuy the pump. You can just buy the refill.
Yeah.
Even better. Yeah. Okay.
Well, your hair looks great.
Thanks.
Smells great.
Thank you. Yes. And this is my secret weapon right here. This is my favorite perfume in the whole wide world. I love it so much. And you know what I did? It was my husband's idea. I can't even take credit for it. I put it in my guest bathroom. So that when my guests come over, they can like spray themselves and they can just feel amazing too. Like who doesn't love bloom and the smell of flowers? And it's pink and black and white, the best three colors together in the whole wide world. And I mean, I just love it. It's just my favorite. So I want to treat my guests when they come over to use some Gucci Bloom. But, you know, if you go to Sephora and you want to try it, they have testers there. Just try it. And, you know, don't say I didn't warn you. You're going to be addicted. It's really good. So yeah. I think I got them all. These are all my favorites.
Jess recommends.
Jess recommends all of this beauty stuff. It's all simple. I really thought I was like splurging and going off the deep end with this, but it's $12 on Amazon. You know, it's kind of like gas station pizza. We're all the same. We all like just simple, fun things. We like to change it. It's fun to hear what everyone else is doing and try to like do the same because you don't really know. Like you don't know when you walk in Sephora what makeup is good and what isn't, or if you walk into Walmart, like what makeup you should use. And I mean, I used to use Walmart makeup. I just use like CoverGirl and stuff. I love it. I just love makeup. Do you love makeup?
Love it.
Oh my God, I love it. I just love palettes. Like I need to go to Sephora so bad and just get like 5 palettes. I just need to so much. What do we got? We got a puppy in here. We got a JoJo in here.
We got a tuna.
So we got a tuna. Like, I mean, you guys, my family is like, are you done filming yet? Are you done filming? So, are you done filming yet? Are you done? Would you like to come say hi? You can come say hi. Come on.
Oh, come on.
You can have an episode too. This is Jaden. Come on, Jaden. Come say hi.
Don't be shy.
Oh, he's fixing his hair. Oh, he's bringing the dog. Oh, he's gonna come say hi.
Jess.
Hey, Jaden. Would you like to like say hi to anybody?
Yeah, I'd like to say hi to my mom. Also, go check out my YouTube channel. Linked in the top of the description below.
Nice. I taught him well. Yes. Thank you guys so much for watching. And please remember to subscribe. Please remember to follow me on Facebook and on Instagram. And believe in yourself. Try new things and love your life. I love you guys. Bye.